Hey people. Now y'all saw me earlier at my kickboxing. That was rough. So I was listening to someone's video yesterday and it brought up a lot of feelings and um things that I wanted to speak about but I haven't spoken about based on like creating bonds, cultivating relationships and cutting ties because we have people that come in our lives and that was the whole reason, season, lifetime. And we try to hold on to specific people, certain feelings, certain bonds that weren't meant to be held on to. And that's a lot to deal with. That's a lot to try to figure out. But not everybody's meant to be kept. You can say, oh, this person, they my friend. They've been my friend for years, but just because they were your friend for years don't mean y'all still have the same bond. People stop communicating. People stop reaching out. People are going through their own battles. They're dealing with their own demons. So it creates like a separation. And sometimes that's not always bad, but then you can't pretend like the bond that y'all had was still there. Because some people are like, oh, well, you can go years or months or days or whatever without speaking to somebody. And then when you speak to them, y'all right back on track. And that's not real. If you are not in constant communication with someone, you don't know them anymore. You don't know who they've become. You don't the bond is still not the same. It's some instances where you say, oh, okay, but not months and stuff going by without speaking to somebody and you just jump right back in. Like, that's just unrealistic. But, and then, we always preach about, oh, well, we're always reaching out. Or people be like, oh, well, you don't reach out. The phone works two ways or things work two ways. But then when you find yourself always reaching out, and you're the one always extending the olive branch, the one that's always, hey, good morning, or how you doing, or what's going on, or what's new, and it's not reciprocated. Eventually it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that person alone because my time is valuable. And not to say that they may not be going through something, they may, but say something, say that, oh, I'm going through something, this is why I'm not reaching out, whatever the case may be, because then you move on with your life. And then they're like, hey, I'm here now, I'm good, everything's great, let's chop it up. And then you like, I'm good, like my energy is not there anymore. So it's a lot, because I have a lot of people that's in my space, but since I started doing my own soul searching and my own growth, I don't deal with a lot of people. I really don't. There's not a lot of people in my circle like it used to be, because I used to always need to be surrounded by people to feel good, to feel joy, to feel happiness. But now that I am happy within myself, I'm good without a lot of people. So there's a lot of people who may have seen around me and like, oh, like I don't know how that person is. I really don't. If you haven't seen me tagged with them or see me out with them in this time frame, don't ask about them. That means we're not on that same page. We're not on that same level. That is not the same friendship. It passed. So the people you see me with on a regular basis, posting and all of that, that's my circle. And it's become very short, and I'm okay with that. And I'm learning to cultivate new bonds, new relationships, new friendships, with people who are like myself, like-minded, like me, by 2020. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Why are you sitting there commenting? Just you start realizing you need people around you that are like you, that's going to help motivate you, that's going to be in your corner no matter ups, downs, sides. They're going to be there. They're not sometimesy, they're not flip-floppy, they're not using you for energy, money, a place to stay, babysitter, or whatever the case may be. They're genuinely around because they genuinely want to be in your presence and they want to be a positive impact in your life. So those are the only people I deal with now. And it took a lot to think of that, because my focus is always what could have been, and oh my God, this person, I gotta keep them near because we were friends. And it's like, you don't have to. This is a part of growing up. A part of growing up means not everybody comes with you. Growth is inevitable. So we outgrow people. And some people say, oh, well, family is forever. Is it? Sometimes you got to cut ties with them too, because if they don't mean you any good, if they're not uplifting you, empowering you, or helping you in any way, shape, or form, what is the point? Yes, we may share the same blood, but what really is the point? That can't be enough. That can't be enough. There has to be more. But people are sitting around, well, you know what? This person is so toxic, but it's my mom or it's my brother. Or no. There's no room for toxicity in anyone's life because it weighs you down. It doesn't help you prosper or move forward. So toxicity in any shape, any form is a no. We're trying to do things better. We're trying to be better. And in order to do that, our surroundings have to be better. They say you are who you hang out with. I believe that. But a lot of people, because I'm who they hang out with, they're trying to feed off of that, and they don't have their own anything to stand on. So they're lost without that energy that I bring. And that's not my problem. That's for them to find their own way and their own energy and their own positivity, because I have to pour into myself. And when my cup is empty, these people, I can look for them like, excuse me, sir, ma'am, can you give me a little bit of back that energy? They can't do it. And I can't expect them to. So, you hear about people in passing, or this person, that person, and it really, when you hear like, okay, how they speak of you, and it's like, oh, so I really didn't mean nothing to that person. So it makes it easier to say, okay, I'm good, because, oh, you don't even think of me the way I think of you. So, okay, I'm gonna head out now. So you got to pay attention to who's around you. We're going into a new year. People say, oh, new year, new me. You start now. Anything you're trying to do, start it now. If you're trying to cut people off, start it now. Don't need to wait till January 1st to see who's going to figure out life, who's going to be better. And if they ain't been better up until this point, they ain't going to be better. And they don't need to be around you. They don't deserve to be around you. They don't deserve to be able to say, that's my friend, or that's my... No. Because people have the audacity to be like, oh, well, that's my... Hey, sis, when the last time I saw you? When's the last time you picked up the phone? When's the last time you sent the tweet or something my way? But you say, my friend. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. And people use the word so loosely. That's my friend. That's my... What happened to associates? What happened to associates? You get on Facebook and like, oh, friend request. It should be an associate request, because I don't know them. I get a lot of requests like, who sent you? I don't know you. How may I help you? You want to have access to my world, but why? Why should I give you access to my world? I've given too many people access to my world. They don't deserve it. We need to stop giving people access. Letting them rent space in our head for free. All of that. We got to start doing things different. We got to be different. We out here trying to run businesses. We trying to have financial security. We trying to get this bag. Get rid of the baggage. Like you said, get rid of the baggage. Our goals are different. Our mindsets are different. At least it should be. You can't keep doing the same things you've been doing last year, the year before last. We gotta do things differently. I created a course to help people figure out the goals that they want to achieve and break them down into smaller bits, because when you have a goal, it can be very overwhelming. So it breaks it down to what I need to be doing this month, next month, this week, this day to achieve my goal in 12 months. And I think that's a course that most people could benefit from. I'm taking it myself. But yes, all of that was on my heart and my spirit about relationships, whether it be friendship, romantic. People are so fearful of making new friends or making new connections because they're holding on to old connections and old friendships. No, meet someone new. They may be who you was looking for, that best friend or that home girl or homeboy that you didn't allow yourself to meet because you holding on to, Fred, and Lucille that don't mean you no good at all. Let them go. It's time to let the people go and move on and move forward and be better. You'll be happier because you're not wondering, what this person's doing. How, if they wanted you to know, if you were that important, you would know. That's as simple as that. I can't possibly be going through something and my closest people don't know I'm going through something. Like, that's just not it. That's not friendship. Mm-hmm. I think I said all I had to say. I don't think I have any more. I think I let it all out into the universe. It's been lifted. I have no worries. I'm just looking forward, moving forward, going forward. Because I don't live back there. I don't. Do you live back there? You shouldn't. Move forward with me, because forward is growth. Back is stagnation. We want to grow. Let's grow. She said sold, and that's on period.